Yo, 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 what up? Sean, what up? Ray, what up? That's all I see. There's two people. What up? Woo! Yeah. What? Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby, what's good? How you guys doing? Welcome back to another live stream. We're here on Animal Reacts, where I live stream true crime, baby. Trouble in Paradise. Prosecutors reveal key evidence in the Trouble in Paradise trial. Live studio, you sure? No, stay. How you guys doing? Hi, everyone. Hi, how you doing? How are you? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It's been a beautiful day today, right? Did you guys have a nice Friday? Did you enjoy your Friday? Whatever you guys did today, did you enjoy it? Pop up my chat. I'm probably put my chat on the screen. I'm putting my chat on the screen. Yeah. Boom. Oh, no. Oh, just automatically. Louis, don't know why it does that. I don't know why it does that. How are you? Angel Eyes, hello, how are you? Angel Eyes, you got those angel eyes. How you doing, Angel Eyes? Island Girl, Diana, how you doing? Island Girl, Diana, are you new here, Island Girl, Diana? Let me see. Angel Eyes 63, Rich. Hey, Rich, hope you're doing good. I'm doing pretty good, Angel Eye. Thank you for asking. It's been a tough 6 weeks. It's been a tough year, man. My mom dying and stuff, so yeah. Sad. Island Girl Diana. For which case? Oh, for which case? I was talking about the one in Trouble in Paradise trial. Do you know that trial? Do you know what I'm talking about? It has to do with what's the person? What is it? Gerhard Koenig? Attempted murder trial? You know what I'm talking about? Oh man. I don't know. All right. So anyway, how you guys doing? Hello. How are you? Thank you for coming back to my live stream. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. You're the best. You're the best, and you're the best. So yeah, I wanted to finish thing we were doing yesterday, and then look and see the verdict, right? Because the verdict came in on that case, right? We were watching that trial yesterday. Didn't the verdict come in on that case? Let me see something. Yeah, it did. I just want to finish it. And then we can watch the verdict. I think the verdict came in another case with the girl who shot that person and on purpose or not on purpose or what? I don't know. I wanna see your angel eyes. I just wanna say alive. What's this? She knows about running. Learn how to customize the. Yeah, all right. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Ray, how you doing? What? My BD is in 25 minutes. Want to forget about it? I'm getting old. My what? What's BD? What does BD stand for? Angel Eyes. My BD. I'm sorry. I'm yawning like crazy over here. I'm sleepy. I just woke up from honestly, I just woke up from a nap. Oh man. I'm bad. I'm bad, man. I'm bad. I'm a bad boy. All right, let's see what's going on here.
So upstairs it was Officer Noonan and yourself.
Yes.
At some point, did you go across that landing to the other room?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I was on the floor packing more clothes in the duffel bag.
In which room?
My bedroom.
Okay,
When we walk up
Hold on.
the stairs to the right.
Okay, so you finish up in the other room and you go to your room.
Yes.
All right. Tell us the circumstances of where do you go?
Your
Where does
birthday?
Noonan go when you go into your bedroom?
When is your birthday, Angel Eyes? Your birthday's coming up? Are you ready for surgery, Angel Eyes? What type of surgery you going for, Angel Eyes? What are you doing? What's going on here? Birthday, surgery, what the hell? What in God tarnation is going on here? I'm putting live chat on. My birthday's in 25 minutes. Want to forget about it? I'm getting old. Oh, really? Your birthday in 25 minutes? Okay. We'll sing you happy birthday at midnight. Let me know. Remind me. Somebody remind me it's her birthday so I can sing it. Yay, birthday girl.
So nobody came into my bedroom with me. I was asked. I can't even say who exactly. Like I don't know if Officer Houston had come back.
Allie Books. How you doing, Allie? Welcome back. Good to see you here. I like when I see people that I like here. So I'm glad you're here, Angel Allie Books. How you doing?
Up at the time, but somebody asked me, who is that downstairs? And I said, I have no idea. And off.
Let me ask you a little bit about that. What was your state of mind about you being asked that? What were you thinking about?
I was like, I don't know.
Did you hear anybody come in?
No, but they did. I was, because they were on the landing, they would be able to. I was like more into my bedroom than them. So I was like, I have no idea who's here. Shouldn't you guys know?
What happened next?
Officer Houston walked down the stairs first. Officer Noonan followed him down several steps.
Did that give you a chance to do anything?
That was, I knew, my only chance to be alone with my firearm.
Why would you think she needed a firearm? Was she being threatened already? Oh. I don't think she's being
That's
threatened.
my bedroom. That's the room on the top of the landing to the right.
Where's the photographer standing in this picture?
He's standing in the doorway.
When you went to go get that firearm, was there anyone in your view in that landing?
No,
Was this after you saw Noonan depart?
yes, his back was turned towards me. He was following Officer Houston downstairs.
Did he stay that way, or did he disappear from that scene?
Well, he must have turned around at some point and walked back up the stairs because
You know how when you're near somebody that's going up and downstairs, you can hear going up and downstairs. Did you hear any particular number of
no,
steps?
I'm certain I heard him and saw him walk down several steps.
And how did that affect your state of mind at that very instant?
I knew that was my moment.
To do what?
Kill myself.
Damn, why yourself?
What did you do?
So that shoebox was not on top of the green safe.
At the time you were doing this?
At the time, yeah, there was nothing on top of the safe.
All right. And you're referring, for the record, there's a orange lined box in the picture?
Yeah, it looks like.
Is that what you're talking about?
It looks like a shoebox. Yeah. Yes.
Mr. Britt, can you just give me a moment to catch up? Sure, absolutely.
Did you say that that box was not on the, what did you say about that box?
That box was not there. That the top of that chest, I'm calling it a safe. It's a chest that locks. That's where I kept my firearms. The top of it, nothing was on it. So whatever was placed there after, that was not there before.
Thank you.
Ready to go, Joe?
Yes.
What about the chair? Is that how the chair was?
The chair was turned the other way because that was the chair I had rocketed in. That was not facing that way. The back of the chair was up against the wall, I guess.
So it's kind of like as you'd expect it to be in the room.
Yeah, I would need to pivot like this.
She killed a police officer.
Right, so it was probably moved. My room is small.
Right? Police officer, I believe. Yeah.
And to get at your guns in there, you kind of have to flip up the top of that chest.
Yes.
Where was your focus in terms of the firearm, the chest, whether Noonan's coming back? Where are you focused?
I was just like, hurry up before somebody comes back.
And what did you do?
I grabbed the gun out of the chest. I put it up to my chest here.
So what was going on with you putting it up to your chest? What was that all about?
Yeah, no, what was that about?
What do you mean when you say you put it up to
Why'd you do that?
You made a motion to your stomach area, right?
Yeah, like I just grabbed it quickly. I bent over, grabbed it, put it here, took 2 steps backwards. And I don't want to make the motion of what I did because it's horrible. But I put the gun up to my head.
Why? Which hand?
My right hand.
Why would you do that?
Did you put it? You can just describe it.
My temple.
Why would you do that? I thought you thought that people were trying to rob her or something. I don't know. Jeez.
Was Noonan in the door frame by now?
Not yet. He had just walked in, like when I pulled the trigger on myself, with the gun pointing towards my head.
What happened when you pulled the trigger?
He said, Kelsey, no. Kelsey, no. I pulled the trigger. I'm sorry, but I said,
What happened next?
You said what?
I'm sorry, but I said,
Oh, she said fuck.
What happened next?
Why did you
I
cut
got
that out?
shot.
How long after you said that did you get shot?
I don't even think I got to the K in the word before I was shot.
What would that feel like?
What part?
Getting shot in the chest.
Welcome back.
Hurt?
Welcome back, Allie.
Force of that bullet knock you in any particular direction?
It knocked me backwards.
Do you
Wow.
recall what happened with your firearm?
I got moved. It was
Well,
on.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
I got a question. I'll ask you a better question.
Okay.
Right at that point, as you're shot and you're flying back or falling back, or whatever you want to call it, can you remember what happened with your firearm?
It fell out of my hands. It was to my head, and it fell out of my hand. And I fell on the ground, and the firearm fell on the ground.
A couple of questions before we move on. At any point when you were doing that, when you had the firearm up to your head, was Noonan present during the time you raised the firearm to your head?
Like when I motioned up to my head with it,
Correct.
no, he was not in the room. Nobody was in the room.
When Noonan came into your view, where was the gun pointed?
The gun was pointed at my temple.
At any point, did you move the muzzle of that gun
No,
towards Noonan?
no, never.
Did you move it anywhere?
No, never.
Never.
Did you ever intend to harm Noonan?
Never.
Never.
What did you know about Noonan's kind of personal circumstances in your time getting to know him?
Oh, sorry.
He was like, so he was a cop for a long time, and I was considered like a rookie. And like after I had like a few really bad calls in a row, and everybody kind of knew it, and the senior guys would like check in on me and give me advice, and he was one of those people, and he told me his own personal experience with like calls and how to handle them when they're bad.
So, what was his family situation?
I've met his wife. I knew he had a son just by like talking.
Did you want to involve him in your tragedy?
I didn't want to involve anybody. I wanted to take my own life. I never pointed the gun at a fellow police officer. It never happened.
When you went onto the ground,
No, I forgot she's a cop.
what did Noonan do after
I forgot
that?
she's a cop. I forgot.
I thought he walked away, and Lieutenant Daly came over to me, and then I think Noonan walked back over to me, and like I couldn't say anything really, but I couldn't breathe, and I think I was just like, why did you do that? I'm like, it hurts, and then I just wasn't
Say
able.
that?
I said, why? Like, why? And he was holding my hand. Officer Noonan was holding my hand. And I said, why? I was so confused. Why?
Where was Daly?
Daly was there.
What was he doing?
He was on the radio. I don't know what he said exactly on the radio. I'm assuming like.
So you get shot, and you got shot in the chest, right?
Yeah.
Lower chest.
Reuters. President
Well,
Donald Trump
after being
announced
shot, what was your how did that affect your ability? I sound like a lawyer, but how did that affect your ability to perceive things, recollect things?
I went into like a huge adrenaline shock. It didn't feel like normal pain. It almost felt like absent pain, but it felt like my entire body was burning, and I was completely alert, completely awake the whole time. I was speaking as much as I could. My lung was punctured, so that's why I was having trouble breathing. But other than that, I was very alert and aware of my surroundings.
Where were you laying in the room?
I was laying between my bed and the wall where the air conditioner is.
Were your legs parallel to the foot of the bed or somewhere else?
I think so. Yeah, I think that they were.
Were you bleeding?
Yes.
Is that the way you wanted this to happen?
No.
What do you remember next?
The fire department got there fast. It felt really fast. They put me in like a bag,
A sack.
and
Photo
like, they were all
Gallery
tall
Unlimited is a
guys,
premium
and
feature for Echo Show.
I knew that my ceiling
Okay, I won't sign you up.
bump your head if you're over like 5'10". So when they were carrying me down, I said, "Watch your heads." And they brought me outside, and I think when I was still in my house, one of the firefighters was trying to put oxygen on my face, and I was taking it off and just saying, I want to die, I want to die, I want to die.
I want to die.
Did you make any apologies at any point?
I think I said, I'm sorry, I tried to kill myself, I want to die. Like, I just didn't understand what just, like, I don't know what just happened. I tried to shoot myself, and then I got shot in the chest. Like, nothing really made, like, I was just in total disbelief and shock.
Did you, at any point before you got taken out of there, did you hear Noonan saying anything about what happened?
No.
Did you see Houston yet?
Houston, yes. He came in, and I think he put like medical like gauze on the wound. Somebody did. He had the medical bag. I remember that.
Were you able to sort of perceive the first aid techniques they were administering to you?
No, I wasn't paying attention to it. I was like trying to focus on breathing because it felt like I was choking. It felt like I was drowning.
So they bring you downstairs, and at what point in the trip downstairs and out of the house were you trying to take off the mask?
I think the whole time. And when I was in the ambulance.
4 Chihuahuas. How you doing, 4 Chihuahuas?
I'm a idiot.
Welcome
I just tried
back.
to kill myself with an unloaded gun. I'm a idiot.
And then
I
what
said that to everybody. I said that to the hospital staff. I said that to all the firefighters. I probably said that when I was laying on the ground. Those were the words I just kept repeating.
what were they doing to you
Cat Randall, what's up, bro?
before the ambulance departed in terms of working on you?
They were working on getting a med flight. I had to get a blood transfusion. I finally agreed to keep the oxygen mask on my face, and they were doing my vitals and just trying to keep me stable before I was going to be transported to the hospital.
What hospital did you go to?
I was flown by med flight to Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston.
So by helicopter?
Yes.
And then when you were in the helicopter, Was there anybody that you knew in the helicopter?
No, when I was in the ambulance, I was holding on to firefighter.
Yo, Jim Collington, thank you very much for your gifted membership, bro. Manimal Rec gifted one Manimal Rec membership. Who got the membership? AlV2. AlV2 3131. Congratulations, AlV2. We're now a member of Manimal React's channel, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Jim Collington. Yeah, man. You already know. Where's my sound effect? Run that shit, bro. It's a delay. There you go. Run that shit. Thank you very much, Jim. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Smirtelni's hand.
And can you spell that for the court? It's a funny spelling. Why don't you spell that, if you can?
I don't. His first name's Kevin.
And let me take a crack at that. Is it Smirtelny?
Yeah, I think you're right.
And did he go in the helicopter?
No, he was holding my hand the whole time I was in the ambulance and comforting me. And I asked if he could go in the helicopter. I didn't want to let go of his hand. I asked, can you come in the helicopter with me? And he said, I can't. No one can.
Okay. So you get in the helicopter, you're getting transported to Mass General, is it?
Yes.
Now, was there another problem with the oxygen in the helicopter?
It either like ran out or it shut off. And when you're in a med flight, you're laying down and there's a person flying the helicopter next to you, and I just like tapped him and like gestured. I felt like I was drowning again. Felt like I was choking on, I couldn't get a breath. So I just like told him, like I couldn't talk, but I gestured like to the
I'm surprised you survived. Yeah,
me.
I'm surprised you survived.
I think they had switched the tank or something or turn it back on. Something happened, but my oxygen got shut off in the helicopter and they had to fix it.
Was that indicative of maybe some kind of a change of heart about whether you wanted to die?
Oh God, give me a break.
I think so. It's hard to say.
I don't believe her.
In those exact moments.
She's gonna be lying. She has to be lying, no? I don't know.
It took a lot of healing from the moment I decided to make a suicide attempt to now to be healed mentally. So I don't know what my exact thoughts were in that moment. But I know when I got to the hospital, I said, I'm a fucking idiot. I tried to kill myself with an unloaded gun. How could I be so stupid?
Unloaded?
What was the
unloaded?
What time that you were at Mass General?
Like the length from when I was admitted to discharge, it was 53 days.
And how many operations have you had?
I've had 5.
What were the kind of the main issues that
objection to the relevance?
Relevance?
Just the circumstances, Your Honor, of what happened to her.
Sustained.
May I have a moment, please, Your Honor?
Yes. Take your time,
Sustained.
please.
What happened?
10-minute break, please.
10-minute break? Oh, all right. We're back.
It could be dangerous, but I guess domestics go into every call thinking it could be dangerous, but I guess domestics are. If that's a fact, then yeah, sure.
Okay.
Can you just keep your voice up?
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Sure. Well, okay, we'll step back and we'll go with your point. Every call is dangerous, right?
It could be.
Sure. Well, you have to treat it that way. Right?
Yes.
Because you don't know what you're walking into.
Yeah.
Domestic.
Guys, it's midnight. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday. Where is she? Angel Eyes, it's your birthday, right? It's Angel Eyes. I want to see your angel eyes. I just want to stay alive. Oh, me, baby. Oh, me. Angel Eyes. Happy birthday, Angel Eyes. How old are you? This is a bench trial, no jury, Allie. How old are you, Angel Eyes? Let's go. Let's go, baby. Two years old. All right, 2 hearts. That means 2. All right. Let's go. Run that shit.
Happy birthday!
Yay! Yeah. Happy birthday to you. That was short.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh my God.
Happy birthday!
Yeah. It's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday.
I suffer from premature congratulations.
It's my birthday!
Woo!
Happy birthday!
Oh, happy birthday, yo ho! Happy birthday, yo ho!
Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Day to you.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dude!
Fucking happy birthday,
Boga. Yeah.
Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, you little fuck bitch! Happy motherfucking birthday!
Oh my God. Yeah, baby.
What you want me to do with this? Eat it? Happy birthday to the ground!
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Happy birthday, whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo. May your day be pleasant, open up your present just for you, just for you.
Happy birthday, Grimace!
Grimace!
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Yeah.
Happy
Birthday to you. I want to hear more of that one. I like that one. I like that one.
On my birthday, to my birthday party on my birthday with a birthday gift.
Happy birthday.
What? What did he say?
You just gonna bring me a birthday gift on my birthday to my birthday party on my birthday with a birthday gift?
Happy birthday.
What you want?
What are you doing?
My birthday! My birthday to you! My birthday! My birthday to you!
Woo!
One time for the birthday bitch.
Oh, oh.
2 times for the birthday bitch.
Oh, oh.
3 times for the birthday bitch.
Oh, birthday bitch. Well, I can't believe I actually found it on its own. What the
Happy
hell?
birthday, dear friend. We sing to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Oh, that was nice.
Okay, coconut! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dear coconut! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, coconut! Happy birthday, coconut!
What the fuck? Oh my God. Oh. 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 It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
Happy birthday!
Yay! All right, here we go. All right. What
birthday. Happy birthday!
All right.
Today!
Diggy.
Happy birthday! It's my birthday!
Lo sparieron en cadena. Oh, that, what?
Happy birthday,
Bill Cosby.
Oh my god! I just realized what you made me say. Oh, dude, that's not.
Oh my God! What the hell?
Happy birthday!
No, thank you.
Birthday, mate.
Happy birthday, mate.
Birthday, mate.
Happy birthday!
Oh,
Falcons.
Happy
birthday!
All right, one more. Oh, all right, one more.
Happy birthday, Hannah. I love you.
Oh,
And you did it at my birthday dinner.
oh.
Happy birthday, MLBB!
Here we go. I'm starting again.
No,
Happy-
no, no.
Happy birthday, nigga.
Oh my God.
It's your birthday, so get live if you want to.
Yeah.
Drunk if you want to. Shake your thing if you want to. It's your birthday, so get live if you want to. Drunk if you want to. Shake your thing if you want to.
You want me to get up and dance? Dance to what?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
I'm just a little guy and it's my birthday. You wouldn't hit a little guy on his birthday, would you?
No.
Happy birthday, son.
Oh boy, what'd you get me?
A box full of You're Adopted.
What?
Happy birthday from Pub Galaxy, Alex.
Ad günün mübarek Nisa. Gelecekte size uğurlar arzulayırım.
All right. All right. That's it. Angel Eyes. Angel Girl. Angel Eyes. Happy birthday, sweetheart. I hope you have many more. I hope you have a great day. Let's go, baby. Run that shit. Yo. Happy birthday. Congratulations. Happy birthday with salutations. Happy birthday. May the skies stay blue. Happy birthday to you. So, cheers. Hope you have a great day. You already know. Thank you for being here. At least we have 8 people here. I don't know I don't know what happened to all my subscribers, but we have 10 people here. Congratulations. Most popular birthday ever. Hope you have a good day, Angel Eyes.
Calls, like we just talked about, can be especially dangerous because you're dealing with people who are sometimes highly emotional.
Right.
Okay?
That's why you always separate when you get to a scene.
And we'll get to that, okay? And I agree with you that you need to keep people apart.
Right.
You also need to.
Excuse me one moment. Yeah, you're going to need to ask closer, cross closer to the mic. Okay. Thank you.
When you walk into a domestic situation, whether it's a restraining order that you're serving, whether it's a call for some sort of domestic violence, right? You walk in there with a heightened sense of awareness. Is that fair to say?
As a police officer, you always have a higher sense of awareness.
Okay. But domestics are kind of a different animal, right?
I guess so.
And because emotions are involved, true?
Yes.
And sometimes the opposite of love isn't hate, it's anger, and things can go in 9 different directions in a minute. Is that fair to say?
Sure.
When you're dealing with someone who you know has a mental health past, it can be even more volatile, correct?
Volatile.
Yes.
I wouldn't use that word as it pertains to mental health, sir, respectfully.
There is as a police officer, there is a heightened sense of awareness, right? You're taking all the information in.
In every call, yes, yeah.
Well, domestic violence call in particular. You don't agree with me?
No, I do. I agree with you on every call. A heightened sense of awareness is key to being a police officer. So domestic, car accident, anything. We go to work in a bulletproof vest.
Exactly, that's my point.
Yeah, we have
So,
to.
When you go to a domestic call, you try to separate people, right?
Yes.
Because if they come together or you can see each other sometimes, bad things can happen. Right?
Yes.
How you doing,
when
Falcon?
Walk into a domestic
Welcome
violence
back.
situation or any situation, right? Your first order of business is to keep everybody safe. Fair to say?
Yes.
The people who called, right?
Yes.
Yourself.
Yes.
If you have a partner, your partner.
Yep, the other officers, yep.
If there are family members there, you want to keep them safe. True?
Yes, police officer, your job is to keep everyone, including yourself, safe.
If there are children, you want to keep them safe.
Everybody.
Okay. So, and if you think there are guns in the house, that is a particularly serious concern for you also.
I'm doing good, Falcon.
Yes.
Relaxing.
Your safety,
Trying
Yes.
to make it better. Trying to make it better.
Yes,
for the children's safety, for everybody, right?
for everybody.
And you know that, correct?
I know that.
And so you know when you walk into a scene, when you think there may be some mental health issues, that there may be some weapons, that you don't take your eyes off anybody, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't let someone walk into a room by themselves, right?
You shouldn't know.
You should have, and I think with Officer Houston, you should be in their pocket, right?
I'm not familiar with that phrase. Did he say that?
You did.
Okay.
Well, if you're not familiar, you should be right near them, right?
Yes.
Because at any point, someone could grab a weapon,
True.
use a weapon,
True.
and especially when there's a heightened sense of volatility on some of these calls, right?
Yes.
And you know that as a police officer, correct? And
Yes.
that's just kind of common sense anyway, right?
Yes.
And you've been trained on that.
Yes.
And so you don't take your eyes off any of the parties, true?
True.
You don't leave them alone.
True.
That's what you're trained to do. That's what you're supposed to do. And that's pretty much common sense of what you do.
That's what you're supposed to do, yes.
Right, okay. We agree on that.
We do.
Now, if there is you are a police officer, so you know other divisions of the forces, correct? Like SWAT. You understand what SWAT is, right?
I was a very new police officer. I was only on for about 2 years. I'm not familiar with SWAT. I know it a little bit.
Okay, so we'll talk about what you know.
Okay.
SWAT is like a special weapons tactical team. You know
Yeah.
that, right?
I know that. I don't know exactly what their job functions are or what they do.
Do you understand that they respond to highly volatile situations that are dangerous? True?
Yes.
Okay. If there is a weapon involved, someone's barricaded, there's an active shooter, they respond.
Yeah, they go to everything that's bad.
Okay. Because they're highly trained to deal with those situations. True?
True.
Okay. They're the ones who see guns all the time, see violence all the time, and have to react to a weapon. True?
True.
Okay. Because not every call involves a weapon. Some of them are, like you said, car accidents. True?
Every call is very different.
Yeah. And so, but those guys are trained and picked because they deal with that stuff well. True?
I don't know how they're picked or trained. I know nothing about their training or the process of becoming on SWAT.
Okay, but you know to call them if something happens.
That wouldn't be my job, but my supervisors. But yes, we can agree to that. Yes,
Okay.
they get called to bad things. I know this.
They get called to bad things and have to deal with bad things.
Yes.
And you know that as a police officer, you need to qualify and get trained in order to do certain things. If you're on, like a domestic violence officer may have to be trained in domestic violence to be in a unit like that. True?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have that on my department, but I have heard of that on other departments. Like a domestic violence detective would probably be trained more in that sense.
Right, so there's sometimes specialties
Yes.
that people focus on, that
Yeah.
people are prepared to deal with better than other people. True?
Yes.
Officer Noonan was on the SWAT team. You know that, right? You know that.
I know that now.
You knew he started in Andover. That's where he began his career.
I knew he started in North Andover.
Sorry, North Andover. And then he went to Lawrence.
Yes.
And Lawrence is really a different atmosphere than North Andover. You agree with me there?
Yes.
North Andover.
North Andover does get the flood in of Lawrence,
Sure,
though.
there's some crossover.
Yes.
Right, but you know what that crossover is.
Yes.
True?
True.
It's not to disparage any community, right? But Lawrence has more guns than North Andover.
I think so. I don't know off personal knowledge, but I would assume.
They have more gangs.
Yes, that I do know. Yes.
They have more drugs.
Yes.
They have more violence.
Yes.
They have more need for people who can deal with that stuff, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you know that Officer Noonan worked in Lawrence for years.
I did know that. Yes.
Okay, you did know that, right?
Yeah, I did.
And then he came back. Did you say you were on the job or not on the job when he came back?
I was already on the job when he came back.
Okay. And you know he came back from Lawrence, right? And when he came back from Lawrence, it was really, he was the most experienced person on the force at this point, right? From what he had been through.
I didn't know his experiences.
Okay, you knew that he was.
I honestly thought I looked at my lieutenants as that
Well,
for me.
Officer Noonan, back when you were on the job, you looked up to him.
Yeah, I looked up to all the senior officers that were willing to train me or give me any type of advice.
Well, we're talking about Officer Noonan.
He did that.
Okay.
So yes.
Yeah, you looked up to him. You knew he was experienced. Correct.
Yes.
You knew he was a by the book kind of guy, that he was going to teach you well.
Yes.
You went to him for that.
I went to him for advice.
Right. And you went to him for advice because you thought he knew what he was doing, right? He'd been through the ringer, and that's why you went to him, right?
No, he told me, he reached out to me and told me that, he's been on bad calls before, and this is how he handles it.
Right.
And
you appreciated that.
I did.
And it seemed like that was true with the advice he was giving you.
Yes, yes.
A gentleman about it. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Justin's a different story in your life, correct? Justin,
Motorcycles,
on June 30th,
yeah.
You had said that what was happening was.
All right, 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes of this guy. 10 more minutes.
The demeanor you gave
It's almost
off,
over.
This came out of you, right?
I was very confused.
You were confused, but stuff, and we're not going to get into it, but stuff that happened that weekend before, that Saturday night, that would have given you some inkling that something was wrong, right?
I was aware me and Justin were in an argument. I was aware the second I woke up in the morning. That's why we were planning to meet.
Dr. Eve, how you doing, Dr. Eve? Welcome back.
So it wasn't a surprise that there was some strife between you and him at that point.
No, I knew that. I'm saying I was more surprised about being ditched at the common and the police involvement. Those were
Well, the police had come to your house on that Sunday to check in on you, correct?
I got accused of.
I'm not asking what you were accused of.
They came to see if I was okay. They thought I was in a car accident. I was never in a car accident.
Okay. But they came to you because they were concerned of you, right?
They thought I was in a car accident.
Okay. And on the Monday.
Somebody told them that.
On the Monday. Well, okay, we'll get back to that.
Okay.
Okay. On the Monday, you were surprised by this order, correct?
Yes, I was surprised by the order.
And you say that
She's a pretty police officer.
you have no idea why this has happened.
Right.
You eventually think that your, well, you know Katie's going to be taken away from you for a short period of time, right?
You say short, and that's fine. But he was 4 months old, and it was 14 days. That's an eternity for me.
I grant you that.
Okay.
I grant you that.
Thank you.
That is a significant amount of time for any parent. True.
Yeah, it's true.
So I'm sure that was devastating to you, right?
Yes, yes.
And it was Justin who was doing that to you, right? It wasn't the police.
No, right.
It was Justin who went to court, who said, I should have custody of that child, correct?
Correct.
And so that's who is doing these things to you, right?
Yes.
So that's who your anger was focused on, right?
I mean, I don't even know if I got to the point of grieving, of anger yet. I don't think I was there yet. But if any of my emotions were directed towards somebody, it would be Justin.
Sure.
Yes.
Because you felt betrayed.
I did.
And you knew he was going to get taken.
I knew that I had to give Caden to the police, for the police to give Caden to
Okay, well,
Justin.
you know the police don't take custody of children, right?
I don't know that.
Well, as your time as a police officer, you have actually taken custody of a child and left.
I have.
So you're telling this court, you're telling the judge that if there is not a family member to take a child because something happens, that you actually take the child and leave, you don't call DCF?
Well, you always file a 51A after
Sure.
the fact.
And then they come to the home and they take it, right?
So I guess the call I went on was different. I did end up taking the juvenile in my police car. I drove her to the police station where she met with family members.
Okay, so how old was this person?
She was maybe 12.
Okay, well, we're talking about infants, right? You wouldn't transport it.
No, I guess.
So,
Counsel's testifying about facts that are non-evidence.
Oh my God, let's move on with the child kid talk.
Sort of being suggested as
What about
a
that?
gospel, which might mislead the witness.
So overruled, but Mr. Gubitosi, you can just allow Ms. Fitzsimmons to complete her answer, and like all witnesses, I don't want you folks speaking over one another.
Of course.
Thank you.
So you agree with me that DCF would typically come and get an infant, right?
Yes, I've never personally had a call with.
Well, okay, let's just talk about your career. You said you.
I think so. I can't tell you for sure.
Well, let's just talk about your career. When did you graduate the academy? May of 2024?
Yes.
Okay, and you went out on leave on when?
I went light duty while I was pregnant. I was about 20 weeks pregnant when the duty belt didn't clip anymore.
Okay, so, but you went out on February 16th. That was Katie's birthday, right? So that's your official leave?
Yeah, that's my official leave.
Okay, so 20 weeks, and he was, so you do the math. How many months were you actually on the road?
Okay, let's see.
Oh God.
So like 7 months, and then I was light duty. So I graduated the police academy in May of 2025.
So were you actually just on the road for 7 months?
Light duty, you're not on the road because you're pregnant.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. And that was your choice to stay in the station and work that way, right?
Yes.
Okay. But you were actually on the road, going to calls, doing the dirty work as a police officer, just for 7 months, right?
Yes.
Now I'm going to jump back to June 30th at the house after the police come, right? You called your mom. You asked to do that, and they let you do that, right? There's no prohibition.
You're talking about after the police?
Yes, after the police arrived.
Yes, I called my mom.
Okay, and she came.
Yes.
Okay, she came. Now, she's you called her your best friend, right?
My mom is.
Your best friend, right? And so you could have talked to her, right?
Yes.
When Justin arrived, you knew he came in the house, right? You heard it.
No.
You didn't hear him come in the house?
No.
You knew he was coming to get the baby.
I never expected a police officer to allow the victim or plaintiff in a case to enter the home where the defendant is.
Well, you knew he was getting the child. Right?
Yeah, but I thought that I passed Kaden off to walk outside. I never thought, or I never knew Justin was in my home.
You knew he was coming to the house?
I thought they would do it at the school, but yes, I mean, I knew he was going to be in the vicinity. I never expected or knew he walked through my front door.
When you went upstairs, and we'll talk about that green chest you called it, correct?
Yes.
Was it locked?
No.
Okay, you could just flip it open.
Yes.
When you claimed you pulled the trigger, it clicked.
It did.
It was not around in the chamber.
Correct.
There was a full magazine in it, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you used that gun to go shooting on Friday, true?
That is true. That's why I didn't chamber around. Thank God.
And when you're doing shooting, were you qualifying? What were you doing on that Friday?
We have a qualification. Yeah.
Okay, so you had to do that, right?
Yeah,
And
because
when you're shooting for qualifying, when you're at the range, how do you hold your pistol?
2 hands, and then there's some where they say use your strong hand or your left hand. You're not strong.
But your typical reflex is 2 hands, true?
Yeah, that's
two hands extended.
That's most of the range day. Yeah.
Right, that's your training. That's the safest way to shoot a gun, true? So that's your default?
That's what we do at the range for those 8 hours, other than the one part where you shoot with your strong and non-strong hands.
So on Friday, you spent hours shooting with 2 hands?
Yes. Yeah, it was Friday, yes.
Well, I'm asking you.
I think so.
Now, you stated that after the police came and you were starting to process things, true?
Yes.
And it took a bit for you to process them, about your life unraveling, true?
Yeah, as I was packing things, it just started to hit me like, this is going. Just as I was walking around the house, I just was like,
all those things are going, and it's all because of what Justin did.
yes.
Thank you. I have nothing else, Judge.
That's it. There you go.
No redirect, Your Honor. Thank you. Okay. All right, you may step down.
Finally, it's over. It's over. Let's see what happened.
Good afternoon. We're on the record on the Kelsey Fitzsimmons matter, docket 2025-77-CR311. All counsel and the defendant are present.
Thank you. So, before I begin, I'd like to speak to our audience members. I understand that this case has generated a lot of passion and emotion. But you must remember that this is a courtroom and not a sports arena. When I announce my verdict, you must not act out emotionally or visibly or audibly react. So you should leave the courtroom if you believe that you will be unable to maintain your composure. I'd like to start with a few introductory words. Let me say this, this is not in my script.
Maverick.
This has been one of the more exhausting, hardest things I've had to do. as a judge, as an attorney. And so, as the lawyers know, unlike when a judge presides over a jury rape trial in a civil case, there is no requirement that a judge explain their reasons for reaching a verdict after a criminal bench trial. I do so in this case because I think that Ms. Fitzsimmons, Officer Noonan, and all the people involved in the tragic events of June 30, 2025 deserve an explanation. Next, I'd like to take the opportunity to publicly thank and commend the attorneys in this case. They all did an exceptional job presenting the evidence and conducting themselves in an extremely professional and civil manner. And they did so under the public spotlight in an emotionally charged case. I commend you. To the extent that any of the prosecutors and attorneys may be vilified or subjected to public scorn for simply doing their jobs, in this case, I say that any such scorn is unfair, unwarranted, and simply wrong. These prosecutors and attorneys fought hard to perform their solemn jobs fairly with the utmost civility, and professionalism. They serve as a shining example of our adversarial system in operation. Now, I'd like to publicly acknowledge the crucial and often thankless role that police officers perform, a role that Ms. Fitzsimmons herself, like Officer Noonan, willingly and selflessly performed for the citizens of North Andover. For this, you should be thanked, not disparaged. For those that think that serving as a police officer is easy, or that officers don't care or take pride in their work, I say with more than 3 decades of experience in the criminal justice system that you are naive, misinformed, and sadly mistaken. The work of police officers is especially fraught with peril today because of our exceedingly cynical, polarized atmosphere where our citizenry often believes that there is a conspiracy under or around every corner. I saw no evidence of a conspiracy in this case. What I saw was dedicated public servants like Officer Noonan and his fellow officers doing the best they could under tragic, rapidly evolving promotional circumstances. What I also saw was a young woman, Ms. Fitzsimmons, who was also a dedicated public servant, react to sudden, confusing, and heartbreaking news. Now let me turn to the evidence and the law. Our system of justice requires me to decide this case solely on the law and the evidence. So the only things I have considered in reaching my verdict are the 98 exhibits submitted during the trial and the testimony of the 11 witnesses that testified here in open court. While it may be cold and uncaring, our system of justice demands that emotion, sympathy, and concern for the consequences of my decision play no role in my decision. As for the law, in order to prove Ms. Fitzsimmons guilty of the crime of assault by means of a dangerous weapon, the Commonwealth must prove the following 3 things. We lawyers call these things elements beyond a reasonable doubt. First, that Ms. Simmons committed an assault on Officer Noonan. Second, that Ms. Simmons intended to commit the assault. And third, that the assault was committed by means of a dangerous weapon. The sole issue before me is whether the Commonwealth proved each of these 3 elements beyond a reasonable doubt. And more specifically, under the circumstances of this case, the narrow issue before me is whether the Commonwealth proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Ms. Fitzsimmons pointed a firearm at Officer Noonan for any perceptible amount of time. What is not before me are the legality of the issuance of the restraining order to Mr. Alain, the reasonableness of the procedure used by the police police to serve the restraining order, the legality of Officer Noonan's use of force, and issues regarding the custody of Katie. It is not my place to decide these issues or even mention my thoughts on them. I am thankful for this because my role has been hard enough. What has made my job especially difficult in this case is that by and large, I found the testimony of Officer Noonan and Ms. Fitzsimmons to be credible on the material and relevant points. In my experience, this is unusual and somewhat perplexing. On the one hand, Ms. Fitzsimmons credibly testified that she never pointed a firearm at Officer Noonan. On the other hand, Officer Noonan testified that not only did Ms. Fitzsimmons point a gun at him, that she also pulled the trigger. Both agree that it happened in seconds near a narrow doorway, and the crime scene photos show that the door frame was made narrower by a clothes rack containing police uniforms that was to Officer Noonan's left. The door frame was also made, the door frame was made still narrower when Officer Noonan used it to take cover when he drew his firearm. During the closing argument, the Commonwealth argued that it is scientifically and physically impossible for Ms. Fitzsimmons' story to be true because there was a bullet in the chamber, and she said that Officer Noonan shot her without her ever racking the slide after pulling the trigger. I disagree that the evidence reflected that the only way to chamber a round would have been to pull the slide under those circumstances. However, even if I assume that Ms. Fitzsimmons lied about not racking the slide, it does not detract from the adamancy and credibility of her testimony that she never pointed the gun at Officer Noonan, about which he was equally as adamant that she did. Perhaps the Commonwealth could have easily met its burden if the officers had been wearing body cameras. But under these circumstances, I am left with a reasonable doubt, and I am duty-bound to find that the Commonwealth has not met its burden to prove that Ms. Fitzsimmons committed an assault by means of a dangerous weapon on Officer Noonan, and my verdict is, and must be, not guilty. With that, I will hand the signed verdict slip.
Not guilty. Not guilty? Wait, what?
Must be on Officer Noonan, and my verdict is, and must be, not guilty.
Wow.
With that, I will hand the signed verdict slip.
Not guilty. Oh my God.
I will hand the signed verdict slip to Mr. Wayne.
Wow.
And ask that he advise Ms. Fitzsimmons of her statutory rights.
Wow. Can't believe this guy not guilty.
Ms. Fitzsimmons, could you please stand?
That's amazing.
On docket 2025, 77 CR 311, count 001. The court having returned a verdict of not guilty, the court orders it to be discharged of this indictment, and this indictment only, and go thereof without delay. Kelsey Fitzsimmons, as required by statute, I must inform you that the records regarding the charges for which you have been found not guilty will be sealed by the Commissioner of Probation and by the court unless you notify the Commissioner of Probation in writing within 10 days that you do not want those records sealed. To request that those records not be sealed, you may use the request not to seal form posted on the trial court's webpage on mass.gov.
Wow.
Or a copy of which I will hand to your counsel. I cannot accept the form here in court. You must submit it to the Commissioner of Probation at the address provided on the form. You understand?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, welcome
Can't believe
back.
that. Wow.
Who is the foreperson? Thank you.
That's crazy.
Has the jury reached a verdict? And is it a unanimous verdict?
Wait, what case is it? What happened here? Megan Sunwell learns her fate in fatal murder trial. Which case is this? Wow, but anyway, I can't believe she got off. Wow. That's amazing. I thank the judge thinks the cop is full of shit story is not believable. Wait, the judge thinks the cop is full of shit story is not believable. Which full of shit? Which cop? Which story is that? We have Cat Randall. The guy's story or her story? Well, she got off. That's crazy.
Thank you. Will you please hand it to the bailiff?
What case is this though? Let me see.
The clerk will now read the verdict form.
I don't know what case this is either. I'm just watching.
State of Utah versus Megan Sunwall.
Megan
Count
Sunwall.
1, aggravated murder. We, the jury, unanimously find the defendant, Megan Sunwall, is guilty of manslaughter.
There you go.
Count 2, obstruction of justice. We, the jury, unanimously find the defendant, Megan Sunwall, is guilty of obstruction of justice. We, the jury, unanimously agree the prosecution has proved the following act or acts beyond a reasonable doubt. Defendant altered, destroyed, concealed, or removed any item or thing, namely deleted text messages between the defendant and Casey Terry. We, the jurors impaneled in the above case, find the defendant, Megan Sunwall, guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of obstruction of justice as charged in count 2 of the information. Unanimously find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant obstructed the investigation of the following criminal offense, manslaughter. Dated the 24th of March, 2026, signed the jury foreperson.
Does either counsel wish to poll the jury?
Not from the state.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, your service is now done. As I've stated before, we appreciate your attention and efforts in this matter. We know the time that this has taken out of your lives, and
It's already.
we appreciate
We can't watch it now, Falcon. It's already over.
your service. You are now, counsel, any objection to discharging this jury?
There's another one. Don't worry.
All right, you're now going to be excused. You are free to talk about this case with anybody you want. You're also free to not talk about this case if anybody has questions for you. But you are no longer under the admonition. Thank you for being here.
Now is in Boca Raton, Florida. And oh, look at this. The judge has taken the bench. We're about to hear the verdict for Cole Goldberg. Let's go in.
What's this? Cole Goldberg? Who's Cole Goldberg? I don't know about this case. Verdict? Another case?
So, thank you all for your time and your patience. I have carefully considered all the testimony, the exhibits that entered the evidence, the arguments of counsel, the applicable law, and these are my findings of fact and my conclusion of law.
Cole Goldberg.
It's important to.
Do you guys know about this case or no? Anybody know about this case? Cole Goldberg?
Understand what my role is. Ordinarily, this would be a jury trial. In a jury trial, the court's role is limited solely to presiding over the trial and to instruct the members of the jury on the issues of the law. In this particular trial, probably comes up all of the extra stuff, which is a technical legal term that came along with this case. My role is to be both the arbiter of the law and the interpreter of the facts. Any of the issues that were brought up in a trial are only partially relevant to some of the issues of the case. So as such, my job is to limit my view of that evidence only to the evidence.
Who's this kid? Accused of trying to strangle and drown his girlfriend. Oh, that's that one. This is the kid who tried to strangle and drown his girlfriend in a lake or something like that. After a boat argument. After an argument on a boat. Wow.
which is admissible, and then only for the purpose for what is admissible. So in this role, what are the rules and what rules govern my analysis? Fortunately, the Supreme Court gives us some rules, and they would be the rules that I would provide to jurors if they were here in court. In this case, the defendant has entered a plea not guilty. So I must presume or believe innocent. This presumption stays with him as to each material allegation and information through each stage of the trial, unless and until it's been overcome by the evidence to the exclusion of and beyond a reasonable doubt. To overcome the defendant's presumption of innocence, the state has the burden of proving the crime with which
Can I fast forward it?
and seen in the form of the exhibits and evidence to the issue of bias and credibility. So it's not proof of anything, but it is the formal charges that the state has filed against Mr. Goldberg. By strangulation, the state must prove the following three elements beyond a reasonable doubt. First, the defendant knowingly and intentionally impeded the normal breathing of Ms. Schwitzky against her will by applying pressure on the throat or neck that Mr. Goldberg threw her off of the boat. Ms. Schwitzky clearly testified several times specific intent to harm anyone, but that act is so imminently dangerous to human life and shows depraved indifference that they would be guilty of attempted second-degree murder, even without an intent to kill. I have only been able to find in my research a single case regarding an intent to throw a friend off of a boat, then follow her into the water and push her under water at least twice. So what facts do I have in this case? There are several different facts that
I don't know how you can kill her.
Share an interaction.
Right? And so how do you kill her for doing what she did? It's so not worth killing somebody. I don't get this kid.
The other Mr. Paris's former wife, indicated that Ms. Schwitzky was underwater, quote, longer than normal, but she could not give a specific time. Schwitzky testified that she was under the water 30, 40, or 50 seconds. The second thing for me to consider is whether or not there was a struggle.
Not guilty of battery? Not guilty of battery.
Whether or not Mr. Goldberg attempted again to resubmerge her once she came up for air. Mr. Alec Trapchek's demonstration was closer together. Mr. Whiting, I believe, testified that there was one hand placed on her head. Mr. Bullard also testified he was not able to observe it. Ms. Schwitzky testified that Mr. Goldberg grabbed her and she believed that she was being attacked like by a shark, that she was thrown around like a rat.
Enjoy feeding your pigeon, Falcon.
Back and forth. There were no injuries that were consistent with such a violent manner in which that she would be submerged. So based on this conflict in testimony, the court has no choice but to find a reasonable doubt as to whether or not a person of ordinary judgment would know that their acts are reasonably certain to kill or do serious bodily injury to another, or that the act is done from ill will, hatred, spite, or evil intent, or is of such nature that the act itself indicates an indifference to human life. Additionally, I would note that it wasn't until Mr. Goldberg's cross-examination that it was discovered that Mr. Goldberg had reported on the day of the incident that he was having difficulty swimming to Fish and Wildlife approximately 20 minutes after they began their investigation. So, because I do not find that there is proof of each element beyond reasonable doubt of the verdict as to how one constantly not guilty. The final element for me to prepare the final charge for me to consider is domestic battery by strangulation. There are two theories by which the state can pursue conviction of domestic battery by strangulation. First, that the defendant knowingly and intentionally impeded the normal breathing of the victim against her will by applying pressure on the throat or neck of Ms. Schwitzky. I do not find that anyone testified that that was what occurred in this place, that he physically choked her and there were no injuries consistent with her being choked. The second and more likely theory of prosecution is that Mr. Goldberg intentionally and knowingly impeded her breathing by blocking her nose or mouth with water, and in so doing created a risk of great bodily harm. I previously discussed the conflict that I have with respect to the manner in which she was submerged under the water, which gives the court concern with respect to the creation of a risk of great bodily harm and the intentional, knowing and intentional impeding of her breathing. I don't find based on the record that the evidence supports any of these elements beyond a reasonable doubt. Thus, the verdict must be not guilty. So, according for these reasons, I do judge Mr. Goldberg to be not guilty. I'd ask the court to provide me an order as you gave me.
Wow. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, he's not guilty. And she's dead? But this woman is dead, but he got not guilty? What? Not guilty of all charges. Oh my God.
All right.
Wow.
Celebration in the courtroom.
That's incredible.
For the supporters of this young man, Cole Goldberger.
Wow.
Found not guilty of all.
I kind of wish I watched this trial instead. This trial seemed more exciting.
All three charges. Jack Rice, your reaction.
Wow.
Boy, a lot of it's
Wow.
really this guy. A lot of people watching this, obviously family and friends supporting. Your thoughts?
Oh, no question about it, Ted. When we look at this, look how serious this is. Look at the relief on his face, the relief on his family's faces, because they've been thinking about what happens if this goes south. What happens if he's found guilty of any of these? I mean, the potential is if he wants to go to law school, can he? You know, if he were found guilty of even the battery, even the strangulation charge, that felony sticks with you. You still have to pass the bar and get through the ethics portion of that.
I wonder
Do
if
you
that- I wonder
get
if that's the
beyond
right
that
call.
space? Does this change
I
everything?
wonder if that's right.
I appreciate the thoroughness of this judge, because what he did is he ran through the evidence and he talked about those inconsistencies of the victims, of the witnesses themselves, which I think is
I wanna hear him.
fascinating because it really highlights.
I want to now I want to watch that guy on trial and see if he meant. Did he talked, right? He talked, right, on this trial. I want to see what he says.
Just how precarious sometimes eyewitnesses can be. They all watched the same thing, and yet they all saw something different. And I think they were all being as honest as they could be, but those inconsistencies were important from the judge's standpoint, because there were those who simply said, hold on, let's work our way through the elements of the battery, which is exactly what the judge did. Let's work.
Apparently, he didn't kill her. No, if you want to believe the judge, he didn't kill her. Then yeah, that's what you say. But what's the actual truth? I don't know.
Work our way through that second-degree attempted murder. Let's work our way through the strangulation charges. And this is what the judge did as he sat and talked about the doubt. And so his focus was on the state, as it should be, because that is where the burden lies.
Absolutely. All right, they'll celebrate there in Florida. We'll get a break, Jack.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow. I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Always thank you.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Judge Ashley Wilcott along with Julia Janae. There is a verdict, almost 9 hours of deliberating over multiple days in the hidden murder of Dee Warner trial against her husband in the state of Michigan.
Warner?
Let's go back in to hear that verdict.
Who the hell is Dee Warner? Do you guys know who that is? He's a moron. That's why I give him salute. Only morons give salutes in court. Wow. It's crazy.
You may be seated.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, would the foreperson of the jury, without telling me what the verdict is, let me know whether in fact you have reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
Would you pass that to the bailiff, please? Madam Clerk, would you please read the verdict?
Members of the jury, listen to your verdict as recorded. You do say upon your oath that you find the defendant, Gail Warner, as to count 1, guilty of second-degree murder. As to count 2, guilty of tampering with evidence. So say you, Mr. Foreperson.
I do.
So say you, members of the jury.
Would either the people or the defense wish to have the jury?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Madam Clerk, would you please poll the jurors?
Well, they're not going to pull a car
I
out.
will call you by seat number as you are seated in the jury box. If you agree with the verdict, you will say yes. If you disagree with the verdict, you will say no. Seat number 1.
Yes.
Seat number 3.
Yes.
Seat number 4.
Yes.
Seat number 6.
Yes.
Seat number 7.
Yes.
Seat number 8.
Yes.
Seat number 9.
Yes.
Seat number 10.
Yes.
Seat number 12.
Yes.
Seat number 13.
Yes.
Seat number 15.
Yes.
Seat number 16.
Yes.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you once again for your service in this matter. As I indicated at the outset of the trial, jury service is one of the most important functions that members of a free society are asked to perform. At this point, I will excuse you to return to the jury room. If you wouldn't mind, I ask you to wait there for a few minutes. And I have some additional comments I'd like to make in private.
Dale Warner guilty of second-degree murder and tampering with evidence in the death of his wife.
Well done.
The justice for that family that from the beginning, Ashley,
Dale Warner.
they knew that he was involved.
Dale Warner, that guy right there? Let me see.
I'm going to ask you to wait there for a few minutes.
Well, that guy.
At the outset of the trial, jury service is one of the most important.
For that family that from the death, murder, and guilty of second-degree murder and tampering with evidence in the death of his wife, Dee. Justice for that family that from the beginning, Ashley, they knew that he was involved and believed that he was involved, but it took many years before his arrest.
I agree with you, but I think based on the fact her body was found in that fertilizer tank, I think that was the evidence that sealed the fate of him as a murderer.
Certainly. You can't get around it. And even just the idea that it was a fertilizer tank, like the idea that somebody would do that, I think they saw the anger that must have been there and figured it was definitely someone close to her.
And I can only imagine the justice they feel now that it's guilty of the second-degree murder charge, rather, as well as the tampering with evidence.
Jurors and defendant remain standing. All others be seated.
What case is this now?
Mr. Foreperson, has your jury agreed upon a verdict?
Yes.
May the court have the paper.
Reluctant victim assault twin trial. A reluctant victim assault trial?
9, charging the defendant, Lucy Medina, with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon causing serious bodily injury. Is the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Mr. Foreperson and ladies and gentlemen of the jury, hearken to your verdict as the court has recorded it. You, upon your oaths, do say that the defendant, Lucy Medina, is not guilty on indictment 21 CR 239, charging her with assault and battery by means of a dangerous weapon causing serious bodily injury. So say you, Mr. Foreperson.
Yes.
So say you, all members of the jury.
Yes.
Your Honor, may the verdict be recorded. Thank you.
Well, she got off.
Okay, so George, you can be seated.
I
won't keep you long, but I do want to thank you on behalf of the Commonwealth and the defendants, defense counsel.
Calm down. Court TV. Where's my court TV? That's crazy, man. Where's the Katie Van's life? What the hell is that? I'm looking for
Jurors and defendant.
court TV thing. Let me see. Oh, this one. Did she interview today? The girl did she do an interview today? I want to hear what she had to say. They don't talk. They don't show her talking. Like after the trial. I wanted to see what she said. Fuck you. Trouble in Paradise. Trouble in Paradise trial. So what trial is that? Trouble in Paradise trial. Accused dentist killer did not intend to kill boyfriend. Bench trial verdict reached. Ex-cop denies shooting. We're gonna watch the trial. I actually want to see if anything new on is there any new news on the other girl? What's her name? What's her name? What's that girl's name, guys? Fuck. Where is she? So in Paradise. What case is what is this?
Question that you don't understand, please let me know and I'll try my best to clarify it, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, I want to begin a little bit with this issue of Mr. Jeffrey Miller. Mr. Miller was a co-worker of yours, yes?
That's right.
And was he a senior vice president at the company that you worked
Trouble
for?
in Paradise
Not
trial?
at the time, no.
Trouble in Paradise trial? What is the Trouble in Paradise? Do you guys know what the Trouble in Paradise trial is? I'm confused. Let me see something here.
Day 54. Tonight, the latest into the investigation regarding her disappearance. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories.
I mean, from the very early moments, Annie and Tommy were saying this isn't that case that you are used to where someone wanders off. She can't wander off. Mm-hmm. My mom, she was in tremendous pain. Yeah. Her back was very bad. She was trying to, on a good day, she could walk down to the mailbox and get the mail, but most days not. So there was no wander off. And the doors were propped open. Yeah. And there was blood on the front doorstep. And the Ring camera had been yanked off. Yeah. And so we were saying, this is...
Do something.
This is not okay. Yeah. This isn't... Something is very wrong here.
The camera was
that for my friends at Today YouTube.
He said that the camera was yanked off.
Dave, Matt, what's the latest?
Nancy, we learned a lot in this Today Show interview between Savannah Guthrie and Hoda Kotb. But one thing that we have known early was about medication that Nancy Guthrie takes for pain. Savannah reiterated that, saying that, there are times when Nancy couldn't even walk to the mailbox. I mean, her pain is that bad that on a good day, she would walk to the mailbox. I mean, that is significant because of all of the things we have learned about what happened inside the house, evidence-wise, what we have seen on the front porch in terms of blood. And that was pretty important to really get more of the details about the pain that Nancy Guthrie lives with on a daily basis and how difficult life can be. There was also something else. Doors propped open. This is the first time we've heard this mentioned. Doors propped open. Now, I'm going to bet that it's not the front door. Because
look how old she is. Look at her arm. Her arm is her hand. Well, look at her wrist. That's all black and blue right there. Look at that. You see her left arm by her wrist? Look at that. It's all swollen and just Black and blue. Wow. That's pretty bad, man. She's an old lady who got killed. Disrespectfully, man. That's so bad.
As we've dealt with the front door, we've talked a lot about that, where we had
IV bruising. Wow, so that's some bad IV bruising.
Porch guy on video, right? But what about the back door? Was the back door propped open as Savannah intimated during the interview? Is that what was propped open, and that's how they were able to get Nancy Guthrie out of the house? Again, going back to, she can't even walk to the mailbox barely. So we believe she was carried out of the house in some manner. This really does change what we're talking about in terms of Nancy Guthrie's kidnapping. So what door was propped open? We got to find that out. So now we know doors propped open, and of course the pain. But there was even more in the Today Show interview with Savannah Guthrie.
And he said, I think she's been kidnapped for ransom. And I said, yeah. What? Yeah. Well, why? What? And then, I mean, it sounds so like, how dumb could I be? But I didn't want to believe. I just said, do you think because of me? And he said, I'm sorry, sweetie, but
why because of her?
Maybe.
Why is she saying because of me? Why would she say because of me? Well, she shouldn't be blaming herself.
But I knew that.
You did?
I hope not. I mean, we still don't know. Mm-hmm. Honestly, we don't know anything. No. We don't know anything. So I don't know that it's because she's my mom and somebody thought, oh, that girl, that lady has money, we can make a quick buck. I mean, that would make sense, but we don't know. But yeah, that's probably, which is too much to bear. To think that I brought this to her bedside, that it's because of me. And I just say, I'm so sorry, Mommy. I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't say that.
The thought that Savannah Guthrie is blaming herself, that interview from the Today Show, it's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking for her to apologize to her sister and her brother and, of course, to her mother, with such a, obviously knowing how we all call our mom something different, calling her mommy, breaking hearts around the world. To think that it's her fault somehow. It's not. It's the kidnapper's fault. But we do see a lot of information on this interview that we didn't know before. We have some new information about what happened the night Nancy Guthrie was taken. We've believed, based on what Savannah has said previously, that Nancy Guthrie was taken from her bed in the middle of the night. In this piece from Savannah on the Today Show, she's mentioning that 84-year-old woman taken in the dead of night in her PJs with no shoes.
It is surreal. How is it possible that we are having to make a video speaking to a kidnapper who took an 84-year-old woman in the dead of night in her pajamas with no shoes, without her medicine, this little person, and to beg for mercy.
That from our friends at Today YouTube. Savannah issuing another plea, begging people for help and describing the anguish her family has been enduring since her mother vanished in the middle of the night. Now to Brian Fitzgibbons joining us, Director of Operations, USPA Nationwide Security, leading a team of investigators around the world, including extractions from Mexico, finding missing people. Former Marine Iraqi war vet. Brian, weigh in.
Yeah,
Brian,
this interview answers a number of questions that we've had as we followed this case. And hearing that Mrs. Guthrie was taken with no shoes, in her pajamas, in the dead of night, with the doors to the back propped wide open, we certainly learned quite a bit about this abduction. And I will note something else that we heard in the interview is that Cameron Guthrie, Savannah's brother, career fighter pilot, and also served in intelligence in the military, almost immediately identified that this was a kidnapping for ransom plot. In the immediate minutes following this being reported to Pima County, Annie Guthrie was communicating to them that she could not have wandered off, could not have walked a distance. So this case was treated that way right from the start.
Is that something that we see in the world today as a kidnapping for ransom? We don't tend to hear about them a lot, but for him to pick up on that right away, is that what you're seeing as well?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's certainly rare, a rare occurrence, worldwide and certainly here in the U.S. But with Savannah Guthrie's fame, notoriety, and wealth, that's a clear possibility and one that is the obvious first-ranked choice. And I think, Dave, one thing I'll mention is that we also learned a little bit more about that porch video. When we hear that entry was gained through a propped open door, likely in the back of the house, what we're seeing on that video is probably some type of logistics activity, that they're preparing that door, that Mrs. Guthrie may have already encountered another perpetrator, and this is a second person now preparing them to exit her from the house. So we know that she went out the front door, almost as a fact, with that blood on the porch. The essential piece is here with these propped open doors. We know that was not the front door that was propped open. That's likely where they gained entry. Okay. What you're seeing on the porch is very likely in that video that Mrs. Guthrie has already had the encounter with a second subject here, and that this person on the porch is preparing for the exit. Removing the camera is one of those pieces, those tasks he was assigned.
Do you believe that some of the ransom notes are from the actual kidnapper?
Yeah, and one key point to say here is that in Savannah's words, she said that there were 2 ransom notes sent to us that we do believe were authentic. She didn't say sent to TMZ. She didn't say sent to KOLD. She said 2 ransom notes or ransom notes sent to us. So the question is, were there other communications that the public wasn't aware of? And if she's feeling that these are authentic, I can tell you that that's at the counsel of the FBI, that she's not coming up with that on her own.
But is there something that can be done to protect the family in Arizona to prevent them from being hassled?
Yeah, it's just a sad commentary on, the state of our society, that folks are going to pester a family in the midst of this incredible pain, for whatever gain they see, be it an audience on Instagram or something like that. I know that most of the media has been tremendously respectful, as well as independent journalists that are out there have been tremendously respectful of the family. But there have been some instances in front of that house, where you have it turned into a bit of a circus with some of the folks showing up.
Wow.
American homeowners, the FBI has been your ownership than HomeTimeYourself.com plus 7 victory. Oh, and good luck.
Someone needs to do the right thing. We are in agony.
Yeah.
We are in agony. It is unbearable.
Mm-hmm.
Unbearable.
And to think of what she went through.
What's up, Brian? How you doing, Brian? Wild Dog, what's up? Everybody just joined up. Hello, everyone. Chloe, how you doing?
I wake up every night, in the middle of the night, every night. And in the darkness, I imagine her terror. And it is unthinkable, but those thoughts demand to be thought. And I will not hide my face. That she needs to come home now.
Yes.
That from our friends at Today YouTube, to Janine Driver joining us, body language expert, CEO of the Body Language Institute. She's a New York Times best-selling author of You Say More Than You Think and You Can't Lie to Me. She is the star of a hit podcast, In the Driver's Seat with Janine Driver. Janine, weigh in.
There's a lot happening here from the beginning all the way to the end. We see subtle shifts that the everyday person might not pick up on. And one of those subtle shifts is Savannah's chin starts to go slightly up, which is this held composure as she's talking. And this is where she says at the end of this little mini clip, hey, I'm not disappearing. I'm not going anywhere. You know, this deserves attention right now. And she's not going anywhere. So we see that here. Also, she tilts her head to the right throughout this whole entire interview. So to her right. And so to her right is emotional processing. If we tilted our head to our left, this is more, I'm thinking about it. You know, what are my thoughts here? But when we go to the right, which we see the whole time, she is in an emotional state. This is not someone who is saying I'm in control here. She's processing through emotions. We see this with the lower eyelids that she has in her mouth slightly parted. It's what we consider a held response. It's composure. It's composure. And this is sadness. She has truth teller eyes, which are, she's not trying to convince anybody. She's just like, hey, here's what's going on. She repeats herself a couple times. And this is critically important because when we repeat ourselves, it can mean a couple different things. Here, what I believe it means is that emotional weight that Savannah has. But sometimes people repeat themselves to try to convince us of something. And what we're looking for when someone repeats a statement is we're looking for what happens with that second repeat. You know, how does their behavior change, their tone and their pitch? In what we see here with Savannah and we experience with Savannah when she says it the second time is she says that she can't sleep at night, that we can't sleep I can't, this is what happens in the middle of the night. We do see a change in her affect when she says it the second time, which is indicative of someone who is telling us the truth. She's involved in an emotional state versus someone maybe in sales or in law enforcement or in a courtroom trying to convince us. Truthful people convey information. Liars try to convince. This is not convincing at all. This is an emotional state that we see. And it's, hey, when we repeat ourselves, this is important that you understand. I'm going to say it again. When all of a sudden someone repeats themselves a second time and they start to get angry, that's trying to convince. So I always say, when someone says something the same thing twice, stop and say, is there a change of behavior? There should be, if it's emotional. It should be softer or a little harder, but we want to feel like it's not a performance. And with Savannah, it's not. It's like, here's what's happening here. It's not in a moment of, hey, do you understand what's happening? When someone suddenly repeats themselves a second time and is getting angry with you, that's suspicious. That's trying to convince, not convey.
To Dave Mack, what do you think of that?
That's amazing, Janine. That's an amazing thing. I couldn't even hold myself watching the interview, watching Savannah so emotional and Hoda so this is the first time we've actually seen where Savannah is engaging. What we've seen before were the releases on social media of her conveying a message. And those were difficult, from that point as well. But this is actually where Savannah is talking one-on-one with somebody who is a dear friend and a professional cohort. So a very difficult time. Did you catch anything else of what she was saying? That is she still trying to reach out to the criminals here who have taken her mother?
when she said, do the right thing. And we've heard this right out of the gate. So constantly do the right thing. This is really great. It's not you have to do it. It's, hey, do the right thing. By the way, in this moment, by not saying call the police and do this is very smart, because when we hear do the right thing and you're not giving us that extra command, it makes my brain have to figure out, okay, well, what is the next right thing that I have to do right here? We are in agony. That's the sentence that she had said 2 times. She does a tongue out, a wrinkled chin, and her eyes close that second time she says, we are in agony. This is indicative of an emotional response, because we are seeing that change in the behavior. I wake up in the middle of the night every night in darkness. She squints her eyes here, which is this emotional processing. Every night, her lips tightly close and her tongue comes out. When her tongue comes out, this is what's called a pacifying move. It's letting us know there's a spike in stress and anxiety. She's pacifying herself, comforting herself in that tiny little moment. And she's probably not doing it on purpose. She doesn't even realize she's doing it. Her chin going up and that jaw with tension. We see her jaw getting really tense here. She's holding composure under this emotional load. It's almost like she's bracing gently when we are hearing her talk. From the beginning of this mini clip to the end, we notice a difference in the frame of how Savannah is talking. In the beginning, she's open, she's receiving, she's starting to talk. And as it goes along, she's getting into the experience of it all. And I think Hoda did a really great job. When someone begins to repeat themselves 2 times, or you see this high spike in emotions, the best thing for us to do, and this is even with your kids, or a coworker, high emotional state, our job is to create safety and to be a good listener, My boyfriend is a doctorate, getting his doctorate, Craig Dotson, and he works with kids with autism, and in the school where kids are having learning challenges and real struggles, emotional struggles. And he tells me all the time, Janine, if your kids are ever emotional, anyone's emotional, our job, the best way to calm down that emotion, be a good listener. And you want to make sure you're creating a safe environment. And Hoda did such a wonderful job building empathy, mirroring the behavior and the facial expressions. We saw sadness with Hoda. We mirror people we like. And so this creates a safe space for Savannah. And I thought that it was really well done. And Hoda showed up with a lot of respect, which I'm not surprised. I've been interviewed by both Hoda and Savannah many times, and they're both very thoughtful, kind, respectful people. My heart goes out to Savannah. You feel it here. Now, your question, is there a difference from when we saw Savannah initially in the first pleas to the captors to now? There's not. There's very similar differences. Very similar behavior. We see Savannah here in this clip that you're showing. Look at her chin is up. So what happens is when we are feeling like all is lost, we collapse in, we get smaller, we pull our chin in. We don't see this with Savannah from the very beginning. She's like, listen, we just want our mom back, right? We just want her back. She's incredibly confident. It wouldn't surprise me if she's the person holding the family together between her and her brother and sister, Cameron and Annie. We see this, but that head tilt is that, hey, I'm here to listen. She doesn't come across as aggressive or demanding. Even the language is really softer. It's not, you have to do what we're asking you to do. You must do this. I wrote down some other words along the way here too. It's, we want you to do the right thing. Do the right thing. In my world, that's called an embedded command. An embedded command is a message that you're sending to someone's subconscious. She's saying, do the right thing. And here's where the secret is. She nods her head yes here. So what we know with research is when what we're saying verbally and non-verbally, do the right thing, nodding her head yes slightly, this increases our persuasion ability to persuade others. Hey, would you like to go to lunch right now? And I'm nodding my head yes, versus my head is just still. Would you like to go for lunch right now? So here we're seeing sadness. I think if we're looking at the big difference is here, we're seeing tears and massive grief with Savannah. Today in this mini clip that was released, we're seeing glassiness. We're not seeing like a big, strong emotion. And we're seeing a woman who's trying her best to, in my opinion, to have composure in this moment. It's okay. I will get through this.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. Nancy Grace here. Please join us on Crime Stories and stream it first on Fox 1. When breaking crime news develops, we investigate it and bring it to you. Bombshell updates, answers to unanswered questions from cases making the headlines and cases you may never have heard of until Crime Stories. We go inside investigations with exclusive interviews, crime victims, families seeking justice, investigators, experts, gavels. Stream it first.
I mean, from the very early moments, Annie and Tommy were saying this isn't that case that you are used to where someone wanders off. She can't wander off. My mom, she was in tremendous pain. Her back was very bad. She was trying to, on a good day, she could walk down to the mailbox and get the mail, but most days not. So there was no wander off. And the doors were propped open. And there was blood on the front doorstep. And the Ring camera had been yanked off. And so we were saying, this is...
Do something.
This is not okay. This isn't... Something is very wrong here.
That is from the Today Show on YouTube. Janine, is there a specific way that words are framed that convey a different message than what we might think?
Yeah, this is a great question. We hear Savannah say, we continue to believe versus no. So what she's saying here is, I'm not claiming certainty, but we continue to believe. This is important. Someone knows something. It's broad. It's not accusatory. It opens the door psychologically. So someone out there knows something. It's designed to prompt action, right? To share. And she says, we hope people search their memories. This keeps it collaborative and not demanding. She's not saying we're asking. First, she starts with, we hope. We're hoping that we can be collaborative. The big thing for me on the words was when she said, we are all family now. I love this. We're all family now. It expands the circle of responsibility. It's persuasive language. We're all family now. We're all responsible. If you know something, please do the right thing and share. And last but not least, Savannah starts off the beginning of this release of the interview that we're seeing on the Today Show with Hoda Kotb. She starts off with her face being asymmetrical. The emotions are showing up slightly different on one side of the face than the other. What this indicates is this is not a well-rehearsed script. She didn't come in and say, I'm going to say this and then this. She didn't memorize it. This is coming across to me as very authentic, being in the moment, connecting with her friend Hoda and sharing. As the interview goes on, in the little clip that we saw where she's like, I'm not going away, her face gets symmetrical again. What that indicates when the face is symmetrical, her prefrontal cortex, that higher thinking, gets back online when she talks about her own behavior. Hey, I'm uncertain here, so we see the asymmetrical face. When she says, I'll tell you this, I'm not disappearing. My face is not going to disappear. Her face goes back to being balanced and symmetrical. Still head tilt to the right because she's still in an emotional state. But here, prefrontal cortex. This woman is a smart cookie. This is a woman who is in the moment, being present in the moment and controlling her emotions. Those tongue protrusions that occasionally come out where she sticks out her tongue, this is her comforting her Savannah, her comforting herself.
All right. Now, Jenny, we actually have the tape that we want you to look at of what has been referred to as porch guy. There he is, as this individual shows up on the porch the night that, or the early morning hours of February 1st, when Nancy Guthrie was kidnapped. As you see this person walking around, and they're kind of lost looking for something to cover up the camera. We're curious as to what you see in the body language of how this individual is working by and looking and doing things.
Well, we are seeing him at diagonals quite a bit. Granted, even though he's coming up and trying to stay away from the camera, he tilts off to the left. When he leans down, you might say, well, Janine, how else might you lean down? Well, some people lean straight down when they drop a pen or drop something. He's leaning at diagonal. He even walks slowly at this diagonal. Why this matters is there's something called movement pattern analysis, or movement DNA. I often will dub it a behavioral fingerprint. And there are about, 8 or 9 billion people on the planet. There's 36 billion different combinations of how we move our bodies that connect directly to how we make decisions in life. The fact that we're seeing these diagonals again there, he's tipped to his left. Now he's going to tip to his right here. So when we see these tips, these are connected with evaluators. These are people that like systems. These are people that are motivated to prioritize things. And by the way, just because you are motivated to create a system or to evaluate or do pros and cons doesn't mean you're good at it. And so the reason this is important for the people that are watching this clip, I have a funny feeling there are people out there that look at this movement and say, he reminds me of my next door neighbor or my former neighbor, or he reminds me of my cousin's best friend. Why do I think that? Research shows that we can literally walk down the street and not see a person's face, not hear their voice, but by the way they're walking, say, is that my next door neighbor? Is that my ex-husband? Your kids walk in the house and you don't even have to see them. And you go, Charlie, is that you? Jack, is that you? How? By how heavy they walk, how their movement is moving can literally let someone else know. This is how parents know which child walked in first, because we have movement DNA. So what's important here is noticing this movement. This is a person who, when he dips down to pick something up, he's using at the diagonal. This is the scales of justice. If I were Savannah and her family, these are the types of people that connect with thinking about how is this going to impact your family. Tie in that evaluation. How this going unsolved, unresolved, how is this impacting the people in your life, your family? Because this is a person who's going to evaluate what's happening here.
This individual, as you watch him or her walking up to the door, it looks to me like they're looking inside the door, like they're trying to see. See, here we go. Head down. He was kind of loping when he comes in, right? The first two steps are kind of like one of the Marx brothers. There it is. And then he looks down like, oh, wait a minute, the camera. It looks to me like he's looking inside the house through that side window. Like, is my compatriot in here? Are they going to let me in? Is that what you're seeing, or am I reading too much into it?
Well, I don't know. I always say I can notice the behavior. I can't tell you what the catalyst is on the behavior, but that's certainly likely that could be happening. Of course, he probably doesn't want his face to be seen as he's coming forward here. As he gets closer to the camera, though, we can see a little bit of his eyes at one point. And when we see that, we can see the curvature of his eyebrows, which are curved. And there's 3 types of eyebrows. We can see it right here. Curved eyebrows are people who care about the people around them. A friend of mine, Brian Galke, he teaches physiognomy, and that's the study of the structure of our face. And there's only 3 types of eyebrows, Brian says. Think about, go to the Lego store. Legos, all those little Lego characters have 3 eyebrows attached to these heads, right? They're either straight across, they're curved, or they're angled. Well, straight across people want facts and figures, logic. Angled eyebrows want to know what's your angle. They think long term. They think the consequences. We see curved eyebrows here. Curved eyebrows are people who care about how does this impact the people around me. If I was still in law enforcement and retired ATF, I would be thinking, okay, did the Guthrie family do anything to anyone in the community, to the family? Could it have been the Epstein situation? This person is involved in those curved eyebrows. He's thinking, all right, this is connected somehow, whether it's on the front end to my family or in the back end. I just did this crime. How is this going to impact the people around me? So we don't know if it happened before or after or both. But this is a man, this is an individual who cares about how his behavior and other people's behavior impacts the people around them. If you're in sales and you have curved eyebrows, I've curved, but they're hard to see. You want to say, hey, Janine, if you buy my product, here's how it's going to make your kids enjoy their summer better. Here's how it's going to help your sister with her new business. You're going to talk about not just me, but everybody else. So during the plea, I would add in here, how is this impacting your family? The stress of maybe people knowing about this, and maybe this could help share and get some of this load off of someone out there that might be carrying the secret. They know what's going on.
So many people are struggling to keep up with credit card payments every single month. American Financing can help you take advantage of the home equity you have built up. And then you can say goodbye to that never-ending credit card debt. Their customers are currently saving an average of $800 every month. Even if you're worried your credit score might hold you back, give them a call. American Financing can now help borrowers with lower credit scores find the relief they need. And if you start today, you may be able to delay 2 mortgage payments legally. Call 866-888-0344, 866-888-0344, or go online to AmericanFinancing.net.
AmericanFinancing.net. Woo! I fell asleep, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so tired. I'm sleepy head. I'm very, very sleepy.
Don't be ugly.
Are you guys sleepy?
These flies are already starting to get to me. I think it's about
Savannah Guthrie's mother.
So again, go through his mother. So again, body found off 60. That's sad. A body found off of 60, ID'd as missing girl Emily, 14 years old. Wow. That's crazy. Oh my God. Oh shit.
We begin tonight here with that horrific crash at LaGuardia Airport. The deadly
I wonder what's going on here.
An Air Canada Express passenger jet slamming into a fire truck. That fire truck had been given the okay to cross the runway.
You fell asleep my last live, Zanaya? How you doing, Zanaya?
Video here showing the moment that passenger jet crashed into the truck on the runway, moments after touching down. And tonight, audio from the air traffic control.
All it takes is Nancy Grace to wake up. Yep. Good old Nancy Grace.
Urgently tried to then get that truck to stop. He could be heard saying stop over and over again.
Look at that. That's incredible. Look at that. Wow. Unbelievable. The two what do you call them? The pilots died. 2 pilots died.
2 pilots killed. A flight attendant reportedly still strapped into the jump seat, ejected onto the runway. More than 40 passengers rushed to the hospital. The 2 firefighters in that truck surviving raced to the hospital too with broken bones. Tonight, the NTSB on the scene. Preliminary data showing the plane was going up to 105 miles per hour just before impact. With the pilots dead and the flight attendant.
What happened though?
Plane passengers turning to one another to help each other, describing the
chaos. How did it crash?
Escaping down that wing. ABC's Gio Benitez leading us off tonight from LaGuardia Airport.
Tonight, horrifying surveillance footage posted online shows the moment an Air Canada Express jet slammed into a fire truck as it crossed the runway.
Let's see that again.
The moment an Air Canada. Tonight, horrifying surveillance footage posted online shows the moment an Air Canada.
Damn, the helicopter! Wow.
Horrifying surveillance footage posted on.
Look at that. The ambulance. Why is the ambulance on the track? I can't believe that ambulance is on the track right there. Wow.
Online shows the.
Boom! Right there. Incredible! Wow! Oh my God.
Moment an Air Canada Express jet slammed into a fire truck as it crossed the runway at New York's LaGuardia Airport. The NTSB now on the scene, poring over the mangled wreckage of the first deadly crash at LaGuardia in more than 30 years. It happened at around 11:40 p.m. after authorities say air traffic controllers granted a Port Authority fire truck permission to cross runway 4.
Look, they didn't stop. Look,
a United Airlines plane reporting an
right in the middle. I mean, why is the airplane? Why is the fire truck on the runway? Like, why is he on the runway? I don't understand. I don't understand.
In the cabin, listen to Truck 1 talking with the tower.
Truck 1 and Company with LaGuardia Tower requesting to cross 4 at Delta. Truck 1 and Company cross 4 at Delta. Truck 1 and Company crossing 4 at Delta.
But at that very moment, Air Canada Express Flight 8646 from Montreal was coming in for a landing on that very same runway. Listen to the controller trying to tell the truck to stop.
Stop, truck one, stop. Stop, truck one, stop.
But it was too late, as that surveillance video posted to X shows there was no time for the plane to stop or abort the landing. Preliminary data from Flight Radar 24 shows that the plane was traveling between 93 and 105 miles an hour at the moment of impact.
We were honestly sleeping and then landing, and then all of a sudden, boom, woke up in shock.
We were a couple rows behind first class, and it was everything at the front of the plane was pretty messed up.
Yeah, 646, I see you collide with vehicle there, just hold position. I know you can't.
Look at you.
Vehicles are responding.
They're lucky to be alive, man. The whole airplane could have blew up. They're so lucky to be alive.
On to you now.
Passenger Jack Cabot shooting these video clips as passengers climb down off the wings. And in this short selfie video, you can see the moment the nose of the plane tipped upward. Watch again closely as the passengers move to the rear of the cabin to escape. One flight attendant was reportedly found outside the plane, alive and still strapped in their jump seat. Authorities confirming the pilot and co-pilot did not survive.
I want to extend my sympathies to the families of the two pilots. These were two young men at the start of their careers.
41 of the 72 passengers were taken to area hospitals, and inside that fire truck, 2 Port Authority officers surviving as well, taken to the hospital with broken bones. Listen to the air traffic controller speaking with a Frontier pilot who witnessed the collision, telling that pilot, "I messed up."
That wasn't good to watch.
Yeah, I know I was here. I tried to reach out to my stuff, and we were dealing with an emergency earlier. I messed up.
No, man, you did the best you could.
This was a very busy night with a lot going on. The weather was bad.
Crazy.
There was an emergency aircraft that the fire crew was trying to get to. It's not hard to see how a mistake could have been made.
And amid a nationwide shortage of air traffic controllers, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy addressing reports that there was only one controller in the tower at the time of the crash.
You should have stopped.
I've heard the rumor that there was only one controller in the tower, and that's not accurate.
So let's bring in Gio Benitez with us live tonight from LaGuardia. And Gio, you reported there that flight attendant ejected from the plane, still strapped into their seat, the 2 pilots killed. And you think about all those passengers on board who had to work together to get themselves off the plane.
Yeah, David, they were essentially on their own. These passengers trying to figure out how to get off the plane, how to open those doors on their own. But David, we saw a real miracle here with that flight attendant who was ejected. Apparently, we're told she's going to be okay.
That is good news. We're thinking about the families of those pilots and everyone on board, and the 2 firefighters as well in that truck. What a horrific scene, Gio. Thank you.
Wow. Well, that's interesting. It's very interesting, man. That's interesting. Very interesting. That's crazy. Damn. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Guys, I'm going to go to bed, guys. I got to wake up in the morning. I got to work. I am so sleepy right now. I can't keep my eyes open anymore. I can't keep my eyes open. Look. I'm forcing myself to stay up. Holy shit. You like my new Manama Reacts t-shirt? Isn't that cool? Manama Reacts. Go buy one from my store, guys. Are you guys going to be around tomorrow? Jenny, what are you doing, Jenny? Hello, good night. I said hi to you earlier, Jenny. You didn't see me or hear me say hi? Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you. Let's watch this. Let's watch this video before you get off. It's the Hodge twins video. Let's see what happens in the Hodge twins video.
What are you doing?
What?
Do not grab me. Do not grab me.
Do not grab me. What is it? It says here, a trans lawyer arrested in court after epic meltdown. So a transsexual lawyer had an epic meltdown.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're hurting me.
Wow, what are they doing?
All right, so this is a
What happened?
transgender attorney. His client does not show up.
Oh my God.
And then all hell breaks loose. Check this out.
Why?
So at this point, I don't think there's any need in going forward today.
We were back to the issue at hand, which was you asked me to not provide testimony on behalf of my client. You asked me what paragraph it was. I pointed you to the exact paragraph.
Stop.
It's her education.
Stop
Because you don't want to hear what the argument is.
Stop.
Wow.
You interrupt me one more time, you are being held in direct contempt of court, and
Yes,
you can
ma'am.
wipe that smirk off.
I don't
your
have a
face.
smirk on my face.
Oh, yes, you do.
I do not.
Oh
I
my
am
God.
not going to talk.
Yo, holy shit. That's crazy. I don't think she likes transsexuals.
Tolerate this from you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Fill out the request, get the form from our court clerk's office on the second floor, make sure it comports with what you've got already, get it filed, mailed in, whatever you need to do. Let us assess her request. If it's
My client's not seen her child. There is no order in this court, and there's been no jurisdiction found that this court has jurisdiction over this child who has never lived in your county.
You just interrupted
Never
me.
lived.
You
I did
just
not.
interrupted.
There was a pause. There was a break. I wasn't done with my argument.
And I was not done with my statement. You interrupted again.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I did not throw. It fell off.
Let me see what happened. Yeah.
Again. I was not done with my statement.
I'm winding it.
Wow.
Do not throw your.
I did not throw. It fell off the bench. Please stop stating things that are not true, ma'am.
He threw his phone.
Sir, you've got a room full of
The judge.
I do. I put it down. I
He
did.
called the judge ma'am. He called the judge ma'am. You don't do that. The judge. Have some respect, bro.
I put it down and it fell down. I did not fall.
Then settle down.
I'm not upset and I'm not arguing. You're not letting me make an argument. I'm not red in the face, ma'am. I'm not.
Stop. Our court reporter cannot get what we're both saying.
I am trying to make my argument. You interrupted my argument halfway through
This
on
is
an
a panic button
objection.
that will get every available deputy in.
Yes, ma'am, I'm aware. It's happened to
You're
me before.
interrupting. It has.
Yes.
Because you're out of line
Yeah,
with court.
I guess so.
Okay. If I push that
Or maybe
button,
because I'm a transgender attorney practicing all over the state.
I don't know what you
You
are.
do, ma'am. It's not, you do.
I don't know whether
You do,
you're
ma'am. You do.
transgender,
You
other
do.
than you have just now
No,
advised me,
ma'am,
and
you
that
do.
doesn't have
You
anything
do.
to do
It's
with
happened when we
anything.
talked on the phone.
That wasn't talking, let me tell you. You were entirely inappropriate.
You were
You
yelling
were
at
so
me and I did not even know you were the judge.
And I didn't know you from Adam.
I
at
said,
that
my name
point.
is Rob Hopkins. I'm
Which
an
doesn't
attorney
mean
in
anything.
Oklahoma City.
No, sir, you did not.
Okay.
Okay?
There's no one there to know that, right?
Okay. So we are pausing this until you get the ADA request form filled out and it gets processed.
So we're going to pause the hearing on jurisdiction that's been set twice. I drove an hour and a half to have the hearing. My client's available telephonically. And we are simply not even taking testimony.
Is your client available telephonically?
Yes, ma'am.
today?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, then get her on the phone.
Thank you.
Your Honor, which we would object. This is as clear as the nose on my face that this woman will not appear before this court because she has a warrant or stealing.
Objection, you're saying that's not true. And you're ready.
You will find, sir, that
Don't
you
come at me and
Stop
start
me.
or shout at me.
I'm not putting that. No, we're stopping.
Get out of my face, sir. Get out of my face, sir.
You may step
Get
back.
out of my face.
It's not even in his face.
Oh my God,
Get
right?
out of my face. Get out of my
These
face.
people are my friends and you're being ugly.
And get out of my face. Why?
Because you're in direct contempt of court.
He shouted at me. No, I'm not being. You did not even say that I was in
You are
contempt.
in direct.
No, I'm not
Judge,
doing
I
nice stuff.
apologize, but I felt very threatened by this person. They screaming and they yelling in court. I've never even heard that before in this courtroom.
What'd she say? Hold on, let me back up.
You did not even say that I was in
You are
contempt.
in direct.
No, I'm not
Judge,
doing
I
nice stuff.
apologize, but I felt very threatened by this person.
She said she felt threatened by this person.
Screaming and they yelling in
They're
court.
screaming and yelling in court. I've never heard that before.
Courtroom.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy.
Do not hurt me. Do not hurt me. Do not. Are you throwing me over this?
Put your hand behind your back, you fucking moron. This guy's a moron. Oh my God, do not hurt me. You're getting arrested. Put your arm behind your back, you fucking moron. Wow.
Resisting. I'm not resisting.
Okay. Put your hand on your back. Stop resisting.
You know exactly what's happening.
You will walk that way.
I can't walk. I'm being thrown down.
Just settle down, walk that way.
Settle down. Do not grab me. Do not grab me. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Wow.
You're hurting me. You're hurting me. You're resisting me.
Oh my God.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Oh my God. 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 Yo, what the fuck? I didn't expect it to get like this. Holy moly. Wow. That is insane, guys, right? Holy shit. Oh my God. Those people act like they try to. Oh my God. What in God's tarnation is going on here?
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Wow. He's resisting, man.
Somebody call 911. Please. Please.
So, somebody call 911, he says.
Please. 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 Ow. 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 Ow.
Oh my God. Ow. 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 Holy shit. Wow.
Somebody call 911. Somebody call 911.
You're here. 911's right in front of you, bro.
All right, we're gonna pick you up. Go on the side.
No, I don't. Get a female officer now.
Oh my God.
What? Wait a minute.
He said get a female officer? Get a female officer now? What?
He said get a female officer now. I thought you wanted to be a man. That's what it looks like to me. Because that testosterone you taking is one hell of a drug. Yeah. You got a beard and everything. Wow, she wants a woman now. Oh, go back to the video.
Now, get a female officer now.
There aren't any. Come on.
I can't get up. I can't see. He just threw my glasses. I can't see.
Always
give me my glasses. Put them on my face.
No.
Put them on my face. I cannot see.
No.
Wow.
No.
Please give me my glasses. I cannot see.
What an embarrassment. That's embarrassing.
I'm not trying to walk and I can't see. Walking. I need my wallet.
Thanks, Robert. Thanks, guys.
I'm trying to walk.
Right, Judge.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow.
What you needed was,
holy
was
shit.
your client. That's what you needed.
Oh my God.
I want a woman officer.
That's incredible.
Just goes to show you, man, a lot of people that transition, the drugs that they take.
Holy shit.
Makes them unstable.
That's true. Those drugs, those transsexual drugs. I'm sorry. The people who take those drugs, transsexuals, those drugs must be something. I don't know what they're taking to act more like a female or whatever, but I don't know, man. It looks like it's not good.
I think he was unstable. I think she was unstable to begin with to even go through with that.
I'll never take her as my lawyer. Even if I had no money, I wouldn't take her. Fuck that.
Because I think it exacerbates it. Yeah, and it affirms your delusion. I mean, she looked just like a man. Yes, and I know some men are jealous of her. Most men can't grow a beard like that. You mean to tell me a female on testosterone can grow a beard like that?
Oh my God!
Well, good for her. She wants to be a woman now.
What's it? It's over in the video? Oh man. I want to see more. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna Google that. I'm gonna Google that situation or look on YouTube for other channels or whatever that have that video in a different format or a different longer format or whatever. That's crazy, man. Wow. Holy shit. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I don't know. Crazy. I'm going to bed, guys. Everybody, good night. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Cat Randall, good night. Ray Ray, Sean B, Wild Dog, Zanaya, Ray Ray. Who else is here? 4 Chihuahuas, good night. Jenny, good night. Zanaya, Chloe, Falcon. If I miss you, I'm sorry. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Mwah. Sleep well. And don't party too much. You know what I mean?
So Brian.
Let me have you, Brian.
What did you do? You're living every night, aren't you, boy? Turn yourself in, Brian. Once in your life, be a man.
You like him going?
She was just watching. Remember, no, she wasn't doing that. I was just saying she was talking. Got it. But she was mainly watching pop.
Good night, everybody. Love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Run that
She was
shit.
young. She was beautiful. She was chasing her dreams. She was excited. She was hopeful. She was in love. She wanted a partner. She wanted support. She wanted to be cherished. She trusted him. She was anxious. She was overwhelmed. She took responsibility. She was scared. She was manipulated. She was abused. She didn't deserve this ending. She didn't deserve the abuse. I will say her name. I will share her story. I will spread awareness. And I will use my voice because hers was silenced. Her life was stolen, but her legacy will live.
Yelling at the sky, screaming at the world. Baby, why'd you go away? I'm still your girl. Holding on too tight, head up in the clouds. Heaven only knows where you are now. How do I love again? How do I trust again? I stay up all night, tell myself I'm alright. Baby, you're just harder to see than most. I put the record on, wait till I hear our song. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. Never got the chance to say your last goodbye. I gotta move on, but it hurts to try. How do I love again? How do I trust again? I stay up all night, tell myself I'm alright. Baby, you're just harder to see than most. I put the record on, wait till I hear our song. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. How do I love again? How do I trust again? I stay up all night, tell myself I'm alright. Baby, you're just harder to see than most. I put the record on, wait till I hear our song. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost. Every night I'm dancing with your ghost.
Her blonde hair fell around her like a halo. She was an upstate New York angel without wings. Her smile shone brighter than a morning sunrise. Her laughter put the songbird's voice to shame. When you see a butterfly over a weeping willow tree, over a rainbow or a wildfire on a grassy mountain peak, she's home with Mother Nature, yes she is. In the heaven on this earth, that's where she lives. That's where she lives, that's where she lives, that's where she lives, that's where she lives.
Guys, for me, it's how nice you are for me. Oh my gosh, it's how much you make me laugh. It's how hard you always laugh for me. Okay, we go. It's you're really great.